to pop lump in YouTube. Rival gaming here.
Okay guys, so I'm back. Well, I guess I am. I realized spending all my money at Shop Bar could be avoided if I played more video games, and decided that I kind of wanted to finish what I started. While there may be more lists to come, this is the top of all of them. The ultimate list, the top 10 best players of Borderlands 2. And by best players, I mean best players overall, meaning all characters are weighted, but say if one player is the best with one character, that will be weighted differently than a player who is average with all the characters. Obviously, this list is probably controversial because at least someone, if not most of you, are going to disagree with some part of the list. The list is based on stats of placings and so forth for things like raid bosses, speedrunnings, arenas, and one lives, as well as my own personal opinion. I tried my best to include everyone, with an uber amount of honorable mentions, and am even splitting the list into two parts, one being with numbers 6 through 10, and one with numbers 1 through 5, being this one, as to make each player get more face time. As per usual, remember to insult me in the comments and tell me why I'm wrong. Off to the second part of this list, and at number 5 is Beidou. Beidou is unique on this list because he's really the only one that is almost strictly arenas, and he is the best of anyone at arenas. He can take on anyone in arenas, and in order to not spoil the list, I will just say that numbers 1, 3, and 4 are constantly reminded that they may be some of the best raiders with that certain character or characters, but they will most likely not top Beidou. He doesn't have 17 world records in arenas for no reason. I could go on about Beidou's headhunter placings or even the few but impressive raid placings that he has. But the arenas are where he really shines, and with all the characters. At number 4 is Striker. So although I had Striker as the second best Melee Zero player on a somewhat recent list, he came back with a vengeance and proved once again that he is most certainly the best. He has 10 raid world records with Melee Zero alone, which alone could put him this high on this list, but that's not all he has. He's also one of the best Salvador raiders, and as of recent, maybe even one of the best Krieg raiders. And as he, I don't know, got bored of being amazing, he went to some arenas because, why not challenge Beidou, right? Why not? And he's beaten Beidou 6 times in arenas, which is quite the goddamn accomplishment. He also has what some could argue is the most impressive run, a 10-minute, 10-second OP8 Digistruct peak run with Juzang, just a little while ago, which, wow, I don't even know what more to say about that. At number 3 is Boreshot. Boreshot is probably the best all-around Zero player out there, gun and melee, with Striker most likely topping in melee, but not by a whole lot. On top of that, he's one of the best, if not the best, Maya players, and even has some impressive feats with Krieg. He has 9 world records for raiding, and is beating Beidou in a few arenas, as well as being right behind him in many, which includes 2 of the fastest solo Digistruct peak runs ever, both in under 13 minutes. Boreshot is definitely one of the most elite players Borderlands has ever seen. Coming in at number 2 is the Funcannon. Funcannon is basically hands down the best speedrunner in Borderlands 2. And there are many great ones out there, but Funcannon leaves pretty much everyone in the dust. He has 12 world records altogether in speedrunning, and is second place in pretty much every other category. On top of all that, he has also got to OP4 with Gage on a 1 life. Holding world records for all character definitely helps his case as the best player on all of Borderlands 2, but I think he comes in second to one other. Now for this half of the list, there are 4 more honorable mentions. Juzang 666, Lazy Data, Pentalix, and Vimitar. Juzeng, who I firmly believe is the best Maya player out there, holds various records with Maya, and if you think bee-hawking takes no skill, I would direct you to him. Lazy Data is one of the best Salvador players, despite not really playing him, or probably not even liking him that much, and is above average with all other characters, and for some reason loves the Buzzard Arena. Both Pentalix and Vimitar I had as the 4th best speedrunners, and had almost identical placings throughout the speedruns, and with all different kinds of characters. And for the answer as to who is the best player to ever play Borderlands 2, at number 1 is Demonite. At this point, you may have seen a pattern on my list, and that is because Demonite is basically on all of them. I don't think anyone questions that he's the best Axton player, and I stand by that he's the best Krieg. He is also arguably one of the best Mayas. He even beat my crawl world record just to show people that a terrible gun isn't terrible. Who knows, maybe he could be a great Sal player if he didn't hate Salvador. I don't know. He has 22 rating world records and a bunch other placings and world records in arenas and headhunter bosses. The dude is nuts at Borderlands 2 with some of his kills and just sheer knowledge about game mechanics. Every player on this list is way underrated in subs and so forth, but Demonite should be the most watched Borderlands player out there. Holy wowza. So that's it, the best players. I'm sure you disagree, but you let me know if you do. Remember to dislike, unsub, block, and report my channel to YouTube for harassing you. And I won't see you in the next one. Peace.